Before and during the Second World War, the Nazi Party tried to send out their messages to as many people as possible. Some may say they tried to brainwash everyone with their statements and beliefs. You might be wondering how they managed to do that. How did Hitler get so many followers? How did he get so much power? His ideas seem so ridiculous now. How did Hitler get so many people to believe him? Truth is, they did everything they could. The Nazi Party used every single possible form of propaganda.
Nazi film policy was to promote escapism. Escapism is the use of recreation and entertainment to distract people from the negative aspects of their everyday life, or to relieve feelings of sadness and depression. They were basically trying to distract people from the miserable everyday life by giving them the opportunity to escape from it.
Titanic was a 1943 Nazi propaganda film, made during World War II in Berlin by Tobias Productions for UFA. The film used the sinking of the RMS Titanic to criticize British and American capitalist dealings and to show the bravery and selflessness of Germanic men.
Einfacher abzuwickeln wären. Entschuldigen Sie aber, das Aber würde ich mir an Ihrer Stelle noch ein wenig überlegen, Lord Douglas. Sagen wir bis morgen? In New York?
When the Nazi Party rose in 1933, Germany was the most important country when it came to film and cinema. That means Hitler had access to a lot of material back then. Because of the film law of February 1934, the government could make every film that they thought was dangerous illegal. There were also a lot of films created that presented the Jews as bad people to promote anti-Semitism.
A newsreel was a short kind of documentary film that showed several recent events. Hitler used this newsreel to present Germany and the Nazi Party as something completely perfect. They would show this newsreel before every film and lock the doors while it was playing.
Hitler's speeches are well known and were a very important way of promoting being a Nazi. Hitler was Chancellor of Germany from 1933 to 1945. Since 1922 he performed parliamentary speeches. Hitler's speeches made them believe he was the right man to lead the country.
He did this by taking advantage of the problems people had. He promised them a better life, work, jobs, food. People were in need of a strong leader and something to hold on to. They wanted a better life and they believed Hitler was the one who could take care of that. Hitler was kind of the solution to all of the problems.
The Nazi Party often used posters to spread their ideas. Bright images reached the viewer easily and were difficult to avoid. They could put the posters everywhere so everyone would see them, even the poorest people. Text on the posters were powerful slogans which made people interested. They were not only to promote Hitler himself, but also to criticize life without him as Germany's leader.
There were posters for every single element the government or Hitler wanted to spread. There were posters to keep people silent, especially the soldiers.
Adolf Hitler is our savior, our hero. He is the noblest being in the whole wide world. For Hitler we live. For Hitler we die. Hitler is...
The children learned what was good for the country. The teacher told them Hitler was a good man, not because he believed it himself, but because he had to. If he showed that he disagreed, there would be consequences. And they wouldn't be good. The children only learned what the government wanted them to learn, what the government wanted them to know, what the government wanted them to believe, what the government wanted everyone to think.
Because the children were told those things ever since they were born or old enough to understand, they never knew any better than that it was, in fact, true. They didn't hear about the concentration camps, the victims, or that Jews are just people like themselves. They started to believe the facts that the government decided to be true. Actually, they couldn't help believing it.
Everyone has heard about Mein Kampf. It's written by Nazi leader Adolf Hitler in 1925. In this book he describes his ideology. Hitler wrote a book for the followers. He earned about 6 million euros for selling the book.
Nazi Party also. They sent out messages that made Germany appear better than it actually was. Nazis were the first who used radio for propaganda, so people were impressed by that.
Was the official daily newspaper of the NSDAP since December 1920. It disseminated Nazi ideology and tried to convince people of the weakness of the parliamentarism and the jury. Other Nazi publications are Das Reich, Der Stürmer and Das Schwarze Korps.
Most people who read those kind of newspapers were already convinced by them. So, newspapers were not really a way to convince people's orders. Another way by using propaganda in newspapers is by not telling bad news, the best way of propaganda. They didn't tell anything about all the victims and concentration camps.